Hello, my name is Kathy, and today I'll be discussing the Gemini Ascendant. But before I do this, I wanted to let you know that because I have a great many videos now on many different topics, that I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. The outer personality and approach to the world at large of the Gemini rising person is actively intellectual, variable, and questioning. These people are highly curious about just about everything that leads them to study and explore a wide variety of subjects, seeking understanding in the form of information, thereby developing their intellect. These people need open communication with others and tend to adapt themselves readily to people and circumstances around them, which can make them something of a chameleon, changing color to match their surroundings. As a result of this, they can be inconsistent and inconstant, being different things to different people, as the occasion demands. These people like being involved in everything, leaving them with a problem of trying to decide between mutually exclusive alternatives, since they want the best of both worlds. Or else they will split their attitudes to new experiences, both wanting to be involved and not, at one and at the same time, showing one reaction on the surface while holding the other within. This split of the Gemini Ascendant person comes from a fixation during the period when they were learning to talk and first began to understand their parents' words. Most probably, this split springs from learning their parents' ideas of good and bad, being made to be a good child in ways that their parents wanted but they didn't want, or being called a bad child if they were themselves. These people are divided between a desire for recognition from others and a need to be themselves, which they probably feel to be totally incompatible. As a result, they have learned to display different faces as the prevailing circumstance permit. These people may have learned to use questioning or talking as a defense, leading conversations where they want them to go, knowing that others can't get at them if they are the ones that are directing the flow of the conversation. The Gemini rising person's good child, bad child swing may make them refuse to accept the basic reasons for morality. These people may be caught at the point in their youth when they first recognized that they were growing up. The rationale was that if they remained a baby, they could get away with anything and be loved for it. But if they grew up, they would have to become moral and responsible. Once again, they wanted the best of both worlds, so part of them decided never to grow up. Ultimately speaking, these people want to be recognized as an adult without having all the frustrations, duties, and responsibilities that are part of being an adult. As a result, they are likely to look for shortcuts and easy ways of doing things. These people would also like their opinions and ideas to carry some weight with others, to have influence and power, but don't always recognize that they can only do so if their words are supported by their entire conduct. Basically, they need to understand that they must walk the walk and not just talk the talk. When it comes to making decisions, the split aims of these people can make them spread their hopes very widely, so that if any of them don't come off, they can change directions. These people can be lighthearted and gregarious when it comes to relationships. They tend to gravitate towards relationships where they are a student and their partner is the teacher. However, if their innate dualism is uppermost, they will run away from relationships that become oppressive, with a nervous, highly strung reaction. People with Gemini rising must be constantly busy to be happy. They crave change and diversity, and to deprive them of these causes them to feel that life loses its meaning. These people live in a mental existence, and their world is the world of ideas. These people unrealistically expect their physical environment to move at the same pace as their minds, which is impossible, and so they're frequently bored and restless. Gemini rising people are ambitious and curious. They strive to develop an inquiring mind and a quick wit. These are the implements they use to get ahead and to defend themselves the moment trouble looms. When all is said and done, they really are not very physically oriented. These people usually have a slender and agile frame, which allows them to naturally move with speed and flowing precision. Gemini rising people are sympathetic and sensitive and are very quick to pick up the thoughts and attitudes of others. Their amazingly accurate perceptions are often mistaken for intuition, but when all is said and done, they really are essentially intellectual creatures. These people are naturally idealistic, and they often feel they can solve the problems of the world in their heads at least. Gemini rising people like pleasure and adventure. Their fertile imagination is always at work trying to introduce novelty into their activities. And they enjoy all kinds of mental recreation, including brain teaser games. These people are interested in experimentation and investigation, and education in its wider sense attracts them. And they will often take up a study to amuse themselves or just to stay well informed. They are attracted by scientific subjects because they are concerned with facts, and these are more important to them than opinions. They are extremely adaptable and can tailor their conversations and language to suit any company they happen to be in. These people enjoy chatting with others, and they seem to have an extraordinary zest for living, and their acquaintances are often amazed at how well they manage to retain their youthful looks and outlook. At times, Gemini rising people will become anxious, restless, and indecisive. They can also be mentally timid. When inactive, they become impatient and irritable. Their high-strung nature makes them extremely excitable. These people possess an inherent literary ability and a fondness for reading and writing, and they are quick to learn and either admire or enjoy music, painting, drawing, languages, travel, and most forms of innovation and invention. They are capable of doing several things at once and are very good at carrying out an intellectual conversation and deftly use their hands at the same time. Gemini rising people have a great talent for expressing themselves and for commanding the attention of others with a dash of showmanship. They are not just a fluent talker and writer. They also have a style and presence that comes through however they chose to communicate. Writing and speaking for them are arts that exist not only for persuading others, but also for gaining their admiration and respect. Gemini rising people are tidy by nature, and their home reflects this. They like orderliness and cleanliness. They would prefer to earn their living by working at home, and this thought is often in their heads as they methodically strive to better themselves. Gemini rising people like a good balance in their activities and manage to mix sociability, creativity, and working with considerable dexterity. It's not beyond these people to go to work, give a party, and produce something of artistic merit in the same day. Gemini rising people may marry more for mental than physical reasons. They are happiest with a companion who is intellectually bright and able to share their ideas. Sex is secondary to their need to be understood by their partner, to feel that their mental boundaries are being continually pushed back by the close contact between two intelligent people. The main problem in life of the Gemini rising person is trying to make up their mind about what they want to do with it. The trouble is that they can be successful in just about a career that appeals to them, which gives them little incentive to stick to one occupation. As a result of this, they never seem to find the occupation that can satisfy them for long. Once they know they can handle a job, they tend to move on. Friendship is one of the most important spheres of their life for the Gemini rising person. They generally have many friends and keep in regular touch with all of them. Friendship to these people means variety, change, conversation, animation, movement, discussion, all the things they love most. These people are exceptionally good at making acquaintances. They get to know the right people, have a flair for enlisting cooperation, and are particularly successful at initiating group activities. Although these people may not show it, the truth of the matter is that they are frequently shaken by feelings of material insecurity. They may try to effect a certain detachment from the things of this world, but underneath, they worry about their bank accounts and try to put pennies aside for a rainy day. These people are often silent savers. It is this vague anxiety about financial matters that accounts for much of their intellectual versatility. The reason unconsciously that the more talents they can develop and have at their disposal, the less chance there is of falling on hard times. Sometimes their methods can be devious. I have a great many videos now on many different topics, and so I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Well, that's it for now. To stay up to date with my latest videos, make sure to subscribe to this free YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button right below this video. Take care.